This particular video, is something that's been stewing on my mind for a while. Lorcana might not be the card game for you. And honestly, as a Lorcana content creator, it pains me to say words like that. It feels like I'm trying to force vomit out of my body or expel demons when I talk about phrases like that and put those words together in a sentence. But honestly, it might be true. And I'm finally making this video, finally sitting here and talking about it. I wanted to upload a deck profile today. I did. And also the Winnie the Pooh card got revealed. The I'm Stuck card. It's okay. Nothing crazy. It just, something can't ready. Okay, great. Thanks. All right. But yeah, I was going to do something else today, but I decided that I really want to have this conversation now because I'm seeing a lot of negativity on the internet. And I like this card game. And I like the people that I know in this card game. And I just want to address where this toxicity is coming from. There are two major places and a minor thing. A very minor thing. I think you guys know the two major places anyways. But before I even get into my points here, I want you guys to let me know in the comments, is Lorcana the game for you? That's all. Yes or no, and why? That's all I want to know. Have you genuinely been a happier person since getting Lorcana cards? Or has been trying to get Lorcana cards made you genuinely unhappier than you once were? I'm really interested in your feedback. I want to know everything. Please let me know. Because the only way to learn and to grow is to acknowledge and move on, you know? It's like the 5 stages of dying, right? You gotta admit it, accept it first. So, all right, I guess acceptance is last. All right, whatever. Anyway, all right. So one of the major sources of toxicity in the market is with the sales and selling and buying of product. Every day, countless posts on Facebook groups, countless posts on Discord groups, people just getting laugh emojied and trolled and roasted in comments on Facebook posts because they are selling Lorcana product higher than MSRP. They're selling it, they're buying it at a Walmart and flipping it on the internet instantly. And people know. People know. Trust me. People know. And single prices, people are okay with. People are okay with singles. It's really the sealed product that has brought out the worst kind of people in the world. Now, I will stand here on my pedestal, and I've mentioned it before, and I'll probably mention it again. I sold all the product I did get, which wasn't a lot, but I sold it all at MSRP. I sold it at the $142 US mark. I don't know what it is in US. I know Canadian dollars. But I sold everything for retail. Everything for retail. Why? Because I'm fine. I'm not some kind of store that needs to milk their community to survive. I don't believe in milking my community. I think you shouldn't milk your communities. But some stores, in fact most stores, don't give a fuck. And we're going to use swear words in this video. Might use some inappropriate language because this is a very serious topic. So it's got to bring out the most serious of the words, the biggest words. So, yeah. So it does really pain me on a spiritual level that stores did get product from distributors at distributor cost and sold it for ridiculous prices because they know people would buy it. They knew. I could have sold my product for double, and I know it would have sold. I know it. I know it. But I'm no. There are some people that just do this. Some people want a little bit of an extra cushion to pay rent. Some people want a really cool Christmas bonus. Some people, as some people tell me, want to just make sure their employees get paid, which is stupid. If you have to actually resort to that to pay your employees, what happened if Lorcana didn't happen? Huh? Huh? Anyway, so those are thoughts. And people are just getting destroyed on the internet, and it's creating a whole lot of toxicity. It really is. And there are people that are just trying to get cards and are getting either abused by people and their prices, or they're just not getting them because all the scalpers are going to the Walmarts first to grab them. And yes, I know scalper is a disingenuous term that people in the community have problems with. I understand that, but everyone knows them as scalpers. That is my placeholder term. That is just how it is, unfortunately. So people, there's a lot of toxicity around that, and there's really nothing you can do about it. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you. There's nothing you can do about it. And that's one of the reasons why Lorcana might not be for you. If you can't get cards and you don't want to print proxies, I hold proxy allowed tournaments on Mondays in my Discord over webcam. But people just don't want to print proxies. People really want to get cards. People don't want to play Pixelborn. I guess the Pixelborn numbers suggest otherwise. But people don't want to do that. They want to play with cards. They want to hold these cards in their hands. They want the cards in their hands. And I get it. Honestly, I get it. I only did proxies so I could get a step up on the metagame. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. People just want to play the game. But those people, and people have messaged on groups, and people have messaged me, and people have messaged friends I know. They're getting depressed. They're getting upset. They're getting angry because they just want to play these cards, and they can't. And they just want to own some cards, and they can't. And they refuse to pay the scalper prices because they have half a brain cell. And that's good. That's important. Here's what I'm going to say to this. If you are getting upset, if this is causing you to get depressed, if this is causing you to get angry, seriously, just wait a year. I know that might not be the answer you want to hear, but me putting a video on the internet telling people who sell for ridiculous scalped prices are just trying to rape your wallet, it will make a difference because they're going to continue raping your wallet. When people get roasted on these groups for selling at high prices, they like it when you do that because it puts their post back in the Facebook algorithm. It keeps them popular. It keeps their post relevant. It keeps it fluid. People don't realize that. But the scalpers, the people that are trying to resell, know. They know. And some of them have even said, thanks for keeping the comments going. And all the hate is keeping this post going. And by the way, thanks for that because I've sold all my product now. Crazy. Thanks for the free paycheck. People legit do that. And some people don't care. Seriously, some people will resort to anything to make money. Sell drugs, prostitution, selling Lorcana product for double that they buy at a Walmart. It's just, they're all in the same group. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But if you're one of those people that are seriously getting bothered by this, just wait a year. I know you might not want to wait a year. I know that you might be getting the FOMO. I would have it too. But is it worth the stress, depression, the anger, the mental health? Is it worth you not sleeping at night that you can't get Lorcana cards? I don't think it is. So that's the first thing. The second thing, and this is a big one, but not as big as the seller thing, the competitive nature of this game. This game has somehow attracted some of the sweatiest card players known to gaming history, based on other card games. It has. Some of the most competitive people are attracted. That also means some of the most arrogant assholes are attracted to the game, for lack of better terminology. I have a couple people in my comment section, and I think you guys have seen them, who are all like, this deck just sucks, you don't know what you're doing. And I've topped tournaments in every card game I've played, competitively. First of all, to be a person that just dumps on people on the internet behind a keyboard from their mother's basement, or from their fancy apartment or house or whatever, something must be missing in your life. There must be a deficiency somewhere. But anyway, nonetheless, it is bringing out these kind of assholes, these people, these trolls in the dungeon. You have people that are genuinely looking for competitive advice, and you're like, you're an idiot. Why aren't you doing this? I don't see as much as the sales stuff of sealed product, but it does exist. I still see it every day. Just not in great numbers, but it exists. And there are people that are just trying to play the game, trying to learn the game. And there are posts where these animals, these fucking nobodies, who just because they're really good at card games come in and they slam the fucking person for having an opinion when they're just trying to learn. That's not right, and that's not okay. Like, just because you're good at card games does not give you the right to be an asshat to someone who's trying to learn. Or whatever, or intermediate or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just not right. And there are some people who will maybe make a comment like, this is ironic coming from Mario, one of the most abrasive people with tops in the Digimon space. Someone somewhere will think that. It may be multiple people. And my response is, yeah, I'm a little bit arrogant and abrasive sometimes, but I'm not going to fucking roast you and try to hurt your feelings. And like, you know what I mean? There are people that are just malicious. They leave the comments on the YouTube videos. They leave their comments on the Facebook threads and the Reddits and the Discords. And they look like legitimate attacks. And sometimes they are probably legitimate attacks. And that's not right. You know, this game is whilst bringing in a whole bunch of competitive players, it's also bringing in people that do card games. So like, we got to be nice to people. If people don't want to feel like shit. So people should stop feeling like shit. People should stop doing that. And now, finally, the minor group. It's a small thing. This game is developing cliques. It's developing cliques, and while it's not inherently a bad thing, there are cliques that are like, my clique is more valuable than your clique because of X or Y. And it's a form of degradation and, making people feel worse and like trying to boost your own ego. Similar to the competitive thing. I think most of it is coming from competitive groups. But it's a thing that exists. I'll use a real example that applies to me. I think a lot of the content creators have a clique. I'm not part of the clique. I know that. I know that. There are content creators that, are all buddy and they're friends and they tell each other life stories and, all this stuff, and they go make content together and all this, And like, I don't take offense to it. I don't really care one way or the other. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. And if I don't want to do it, I won't do it. You know what I mean? But it is interesting that they do exist. Even like in this part of the thing, they exist. So anyway, that's just a small aside. There's a lot of toxicity. If you do not want to deal with trying to get sealed product open for packs because you're getting milked, or you don't want to deal with the competitive players that are telling you that you're not good enough or your ideas are insufficient or whatever, if it's causing you too much stress, it might not be the game for you. And I don't want to like turn people away from the game, because I've brought in a shit ton of people to this game just from my Digimon channel and my content creation and who I am. People have bought into this game because of me. Hundreds. I can tell you. Hundreds. So if someone watches this video, if a dozen or 24 people watch this video and say, you know what, Mario? You're right. It's not worth the stress. Thank you for being honest. I'll wait a year. I would rather you do that. At the end of the day, Ravensburger is making more than enough money. If a couple dozen people opt out of the game, it's not going to affect their numbers. And Ravensburger knows that, and Ravensburger is okay. Ravensburger knows they have a money machine that they're printing. They can literally print money right now. So it's okay. It's going to be okay. Lorcana might not be the card game for you. And if it's not the card game for you, you can either wait to see if it becomes the card game for you or opt out. That's all I got for this video. Let me know in the comments, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.